These are the menu bar. Okay, here it is the menu bar, and this is, you can say, toolbar over here. No, sorry, this is the main menu or sub menu. Both are menu bar only. The file one and bottom one comes in the menu bar. Let me tell you how we can access. Sometime what happen, this will not appear or this will get unchecked. So you just have to right click over here on the top where there is blank space. Right click, yes, and here you will see the command panel over the right. I will tell you one by one. Let's see about the main toolbar. So this one is the main toolbar where the option was before it was shown. It is now hidden. Okay, suppose in future it got hidden or it is not able to access. What you have to do, just right click over the blank space after the help option. Okay, right click and you will see different options here. So as I told you, those are the toolbars over here. So you just have to click, like here is main toolbar is written, it is unchecked. You just have to click once and it will be available. All the options will be available here. Like here, if at the bottom you can. Acha, wait. You will not able to see now. Give me 1 second. Now you can see the drop down menu. Now the drop down menu is visible, right? You see here. After the help, right click on the blank space. On the blank space, you will right click. There is customize. We'll talk in future how you can change the thing, how you customize. But as of now, just use whatever is available over here. We are not going to change it, the look. We just see what is available, and if it is not available, then how we can access that. All right. See, uh, all the things are here not ticked. Some of the options are here unticked, which are not generally in use. Okay. The most of the tools or bars that you use very oftenly, very regularly, only those tick signs are uh, available over here. Like VRA toolbar we are going to use, main toolbar we are going to use, Corona toolbar is there, ribbon toolbar, and common common palette toolbar is there. Common palette is this one toward my right. This is the common palette toolbar. See, if you just move your mouse and don't click, you will see the name, it's written common palette. Okay, the computer, the 3ds Max itself will tell you what the palette it is. So all the palette and tool are available in your interface is tick over here. Okay, let's move on further. So from the starting, it's menu bar, toolbar, and this big one is the interface, and left side is toolbar. Right now I have Corona and V-Ray installed, so I have all the toolbar of Corona and V-Ray renders. If you don't have Corona and V-Ray, it will not be visible. Okay, if you install, then it will be visible here. Okay, toward my right there is this is common panel. Common panel means all the properties. Last class also I went little further. I draw a box and I went to modify that. Today I will draw different shapes. Today we just study the shapes and how to interact with the shapes, 3D shapes. Okay, let's just let's just study first the shape and the interface. Last class interface very little things I told you, but today we will focus on the interface most of the time. Okay, so let's draw something. This is the interface. Now let's draw something with the help of object. I can explain you better, because right now it's top, it is front, it is left, looking almost the same. Are you agree with me? If you see the top or the interface looking same, the grid, this lines, the box which you seeing over here is the grid. Okay, in the universe there is space, now there is infinity of space, right? There is no base, there is no end of the universe. Same thing over here also. In 3ds Max there is no end. There is openly an infinite space over here in the 3ds Max also. You can draw as long as objects over here, as many objects, as long as depth object you can draw over. It's infinite space over here. So just to consider as the base, somewhere it has to be, now some base has to be where we can draw object. Now in the air, how we mention the dimension, like where it is, in which height, which depth the object it is. So just to get the dimension here, one grid is been created. That is the base. Whatever object we will draw, which will model, all will be on the base of the grid. Let me show you an example. Okay, I go to my this command panel, and the first option is create. Okay, hope you remember this. First panel is create, where we're going to create the object. At create option, you will see there is different predefined shapes. It's already like by default it is selected standard perimeter. It's a drop down. I will tell you about this drop down afterwards. Let's take the first one, standard perimeter. By default it will come as it is. Let's move on directly to the shapes available here. First I will take a box, and always I will recommend draw on a perspective. Don't draw on first top view or front view or left view. Do not draw in another views, only on perspective as much as possible. Okay, just left click, drag and release the mouse, and just drag your mouse for the height of the object, and then again left click. Now you see the cursor is still plus. That means my box is still active. If I again click and drag, I will create another box. So if you don't want to create another box and you are okay with one box, you have to press escape. The keyboard, you have to press escape to come out of the drawing mode. Okay, right now I am in drawing mode. To come out of the drawing mode and to interact and to edit mode, I have to click escape. Or another option is W, keyboard W. W means move. W keyboard W is shortcut of move the object. Select and move. Okay, the object is already selected. Yes, yeah, W means move the object. I'm taking my mouse cursor toward my top toolbar, where you can see select and move option. It is showing. Shortcut is W, it is showing over there. And toward my right it's rotate. Shortcut is E, and then scale. E is for rotate, and for scale is for R. R is for scale. Okay, so let me show you one by one how you can do that. I will press escape. Escape is for different option. For escape, it will, the drawing mode is not going. It is for a different option. The escape key is. Right now I have to press W, or over here click on the icon on my toolbar. Okay, so I will press W. One second. Yeah, it is taking up. I don't know why my 3ds Max got hang. Okay, so I press W. You see the icon is changed. The plus icon has been changed. Now the cursor, now mouse cursor came back. Okay, and the object which I have drawn, you see a triangle kind of shape appear, blue, red, green. Okay, let me explain you what it is. Blue, as I told last class, for height. It's for height, and it is showing that this person is up. This person is up. It will take the object upward or bottom. If you click on blue and drag, the object will move up and down. Okay, on one axis means, yeah, blue. Axis means the like dimension, you can say, on one dimension. Okay, up and down, up and down. It will move only up and down. Now one thing more, you have noticed that the blue cursor, the color changed to yellow a bit. Blue head, the head is blue, but if I click on the blue, what you say, the arrow, it's like just like an arrow. So the wooden part of the arrow, it's turned into yellow, the bottom portion. Can you see my screen? I'm going to zoom a bit and little bit increase. Little bit I will change over here. See, I will click outside and I click on the object. See, I'm just moving my mouse over here, like on different axes, and it is getting highlighted by a yellow color. See, that means then that particular axis is been activated. I just have to move my mouse and that particular axis will be activated. Okay, so if I have to move the object up, I have to click on the blue axis and I have to click and drag. It will move up and down. You have to move, let's say, sidewise. Let's consider this as the side of the 3ds box. So I will click and drag the red one. It will move on x-axis. Okay, here x-axis. Okay, x. Yellow is the highlighted. Whatever axis is activated, that activated axis will come in yellow color. Just we have to drag it. Yes, click on the axis. You have to click on the axis, like you have to move on the sidewise, then you have to click on the x-axis and just click and left click and drag. Okay, and if you have to take the object front and back, then we have to go to another axis, y-axis, and then just click and drag. Movement is clear? Okay. Yes. And X is for side, left side and right side. And Z axis up and down. You can take object up, you can take object down. Okay. So this is just the movement of the object. Now Control Z is for undo. It work on other software and it work in 3ds Max also. Suppose whatever, Control plus Z work here also. Same. Suppose you have moved the object down and you want to come to the reverse portion, like Control Z, what it did, it come back to a previous step. So you press Control Z and it will come to your previous step. That is simple, right? Whatever you will do, if you wish that you come back to the previous step or previous position, just press Control Z 2-3 times until you get your desired position, your desired portion. Just press Control plus Z and your object will come automatically. The step will be reverse. Okay, so undo and redo, and again you have to repeat the first step, then Control plus Y. ठीक है, तो कंट्रोल प्लस Z and कंट्रोल प्लस Y, undo and redo. I will send you the shortcuts also separately. I will create on Word all the shortcuts, key shortcuts for 3ds Max, and I will send you. Okay. Okay. So one thing you have noticed that uh, no, let me explain you. Let me change the shape of the object a bit, because on the top view you will see that it look like same box. On the front also it look like same box. On the left also look like same. Only in perspective I can see the different angles. Okay, let me change the shape of this box a little bit, so we can understand on top how it look like, on front how it look like. Okay, so to change the shape of the object, I will have to go to the property of the object, and the property you will get on the right side. Yeah, this command panel. The plus sign, the first you will see the plus sign, that is for create, and after that, after the plus sign, that is the modify. Modify means, yeah, after the plus sign, on my right, after the plus sign, there is a modify tab. You have to click on the tab to change the property of the object. Okay, so let me increase the height a bit. So here is length, width and height of the object. Every 3 dimension have length, width and height. Okay, so let's me increase the height a bit. Over here I will just click and drag the height of the object, and little bit I will change the width, so that width and the depth here is length, width and length should be a little bit different, so that we can see in different views what is the width and the length. I will just increase the width. See, simply I change the shape of the object, so that we can see in different viewport what we are seeing on different viewport, to understand different viewports. Okay, so here on the, again we will come to viewport. Today we will focus mostly on the viewport only. Okay, how to use the viewport, how to control the viewport. Okay, in viewport you will, by default you will see the wireframe. You see, it is not looking a solid shape. On perspective it is solid, it is red color box. Clear? But on other viewport, on other viewport you see just the line. On top also you will see just the line. On front also you see just the outline of the box, and on the left also you see just the outline of the box. Let me explain you why it is so. Because what happened now in 3ds Max, uh, sometimes it get really heavy, the computer hardware, it got really heavy. So to less the burden on the computer, to reduce the burden on the computer, 3ds Max display the object in wireframe mode. We call it wireframe. You will see just the outline. Okay, on all the 3 viewports, just to reduce the burden on the computer, 3ds Max it's show on wireframe, or just the outline of the object, and only on perspective you will see the solid shape of the object. By default it is like that. However, you can change it as per your requirement. You can change it. I will explain. Okay, so suppose in top view, if you want to see the solid color, then you have to, I will uh, you have to click on the wireframe. You can see my cursor. Okay, here you can see it's written wireframe. When I move my cursor, it's turning into yellow. It's turning into yellow color. uh, it's not, yellow color is not be visible, but on recording you will see it is turning into yellow color. It's showing it's wireframe. I have to click on the wireframe. Okay, and here you will see different visible option, how the object will be visible on your viewport. huh, default setting is there, fact is there, bounding box is there, hidden line. I will explain one by one. Display, viewport background, there's lots of thing. As of now you don't have to use all of that. I just want it to look solid color. I just want the object to look a red solid color. Yeah. So just click on the first one, default shading. See, I clicked over here and my object become red color. I can see my object in top view. Okay. So now I have top view and perspective view in solid shape, but on my front, let me click on the object. On my front and on my left, it is still the wireframe. You can continue the same step for the front and left view, but I will show you a shortcut. I will tell you about a shortcut how to turn wireframe to a solid view. It's your keyboard, the F numbers now, F1, F2, F3, F4. You can see on your this sorry, on your keyboard there is F numbers, where F1 to F12 number is there. In that, if you press F4, no sorry, F3 sorry, F3. I just pressed F3. F3 is for solid shape. Okay, it will toggle wireframe and solid. Again I will press F3, it will again go to wireframe mode. Okay. This much is clear with you. Okay, just press F3, it will go to wireframe, and again if you press F3 it will go to solid mode. Same thing with the left view also. You have to click the viewport. See this, I'm working on this front viewport, then the front viewport color is little bit of yellow color. You can see that this yellow border is coming over here. That means the front viewport is activated. You have to activate the viewport where you want to work. If I want to work on my left view, I have to click on the left view. Left click. If you left click, the object will be deselected. See, if I give a left click over here in the open area of my left view, my object is deselected and my this viewport is selected. Now if you want your object and viewport both to be selected, then you have to middle mouse, you have to give a middle mouse click. Let me show you. I select the object, okay, and on my left viewport I have to select the left viewport, plus my selections should be there, my object should also be selected. Then I have to give a middle mouse click. I will, on my mouse scroll bar, I give it a click. See, now my left left viewport is activated, and also my object is been still selected. Now I will press F3 and my object turn to solid color. Yes, F3. This much is okay with you this far? Okay, fine. Okay, so this should I repeat whatever we have discussed, or you are okay with? Tomorrow I have a different batch. Will you able to continue day after tomorrow, like Wednesday? Wednesday is okay with you? Because yeah, is it okay with you today? Then make it today. Okay, okay, that's fine. So should I continue or should I stop the class? What you want? Okay, but As you are saying, I'm going to stop the class, but give me 2 minutes. Let me ask you few questions. Is it okay? Just to know that how far you have understood. Just to understand how far you understood, and if you miss something, I can tell you right now. Okay, let me ask you few questions. Like if I ask you, uh, the viewport. Let me ask you about the viewport. What are the viewport you see over here? Can you tell me the name over the top? What are the viewport names you see? Yes, front. Yes, yes, left, and perspective. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And by default you will see the wireframe. Okay, now how to convert wireframe to a solid look. F3. Yes, F3, right, good, good. F3 for solid look. And and tell me about the axis, the blue, red, and green. Okay, good. Length and width. Okay. Yes, right. Yes, right, right, right. Okay. So right now we are only moving. Next class we are going to rotate the object and we are going to scale the object. Okay, right. Till now we have just moving the object. We created one object. We have seen the interface. Yes, interface we have seen top view, front view, left, and perspective. In coming class, again we will work little bit on this interface, and then we will move further with the shapes. You are comfortable till now, right? You have any doubt? You are clear, right? You don't have any doubt or any questions right now? Okay, okay, that's fine, Priyanka. Okay, then I'm going to close the class right now.